In the area of economy, security, and another, I know President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his administration has failed 90%. Woefully failure. F-9 parallel. That is it. But there is still time. The next 2 years, they may improve. But so far, nothing is working. What is working at the end of the day, you see from economists coming to tell lies. GDP growth is high. Economy is improving. Economy is improving in the pocket of the political class. There is no middle class today. Before, we have the rich, the middle class, and the poor. Now, it's between the poor and the rich. These rich, they are now up to 30% of Nigerians. That to say, 70% of Nigerians today are poor. They are suffering. The little I know about security, I'm a security expert of the global repute. One of my tutors told me something. He said the biggest fertilizer or manure for criminality is poverty. Because he that is done fear no fall. There are people. Let me round it up with a story. I went to a medical facility to take treatment. A woman brought her daughter to that place. He said, take 300, don't give me some drugs. They say, oh, with the condition of this baby, you need nothing less than 3,000. He said, okay, if that's the case, let the baby go home and die. And I said, madam, why are you saying this? He said, even when I drop this 300, there won't be any food for the child to even eat. That is the level we are today in this country. And that one, there are some persons that could not even afford 100 naira. So if a lot of these people are telling lies to Mr. President that no, Mr. President, the street is not smiling. When Ted Cruz sent some delegations to Nigeria to go and kind of eavesdrop to get information about this, for him to present it on the floor of the Senate of the United States of America, definitely is either an internal information here that was transported to him, or he sent a delegate to do that. But whichever way, I think it was a very wrong information that circulated across the globe concerning Nigeria. Let me put it like this. 90% of the victims from Yobe State, from Adamawa State, from Borno State, 90% of the victims are Muslims. When you go to Kaduna State, Niger State, Katsina State, Kebbi State, Sokoto State, and Zamfara State, including Kogi State, 98% of the victims are all Muslims. Recently, during early morning prayer in 2 mosques in Katsina State, they bracketed them and they killed them and they set the mosque ablaze. Is it a church? So to me, there are some persons that are predicted over the year that Nigeria was going to break up. And Nigeria is not breaking up. And these people are not happy. And there are some people too within the country here, their own, instead of to criticize the government, elderly is unhealthy propaganda against the government that eventually is going to bounce on the citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and is causing serious reputational damage. So to me, I think Ted Cruz got a wrong direct or indirect informations. Nothing of such is happening in Nigeria today. That is my submission concerning that. But then, do you blame anybody? The people that are supposed to kind of represent and launder the image of this country overseas, they are either the ambassadors or defense attaché. Today, I doubt it that any Nigeria if Nigeria has a single ambassador in any part of the world or defense attaché, and when we don't have anybody to launder or to protect our image, then what are we talking about? Anybody can just come out and say whatever they like, and that is it. Sometimes ago you heard a Canada High Court open their mouth, a judge open their mouth and say PDP and APC in Rivers and in Nigeria here, they are terrorist group. That is to say, if a group is a group of terrorists, that means whosoever that belong to that group are all terrorists. That is to say, all those people that belong to APC and PDP today in Nigeria, they are all terrorists. And since that time, has Nigeria government done anything? No. By assuming we have ambassador of Nigeria to Canada, he would have immediately refuted and tell the court to reverse that pronouncement. So it's not their fault. There are some things that we are not actually handling well at home, and that is what is affecting our international image. The present administration inherited it from the past administrations. But then, the purpose of governance, they say government is a continuum. That is, if the past administration failed to do some certain things, I think that should be the major focus of the new administration to do. And I think, to me, a lot of people have been saying there's improvement in security handling or whatever. I believe that the military and paramilitary are trying their best, but then there are a lot of things that needed to be done. There is no improvement yet. But that does not mean that all the terrorists we are talking about, they are there. The ideology is not to diminish the Christians. That is it. I think the economy negative impact is creating. I think all of us are facing it. So that is it. Government should do more, because security and welfare of the people, they are the major purpose of government. So government should do more. We are not saying they are not trying their effort, but the effort is not enough. So they should do more. That is it. Number one thing, there is no smoke without fire. No matter how sharp is the furnace, there is no smoke without fire. Economic situation of this country today is not good. Health situation in this country today, the health facilities are not good. And that is why you see Nigerians doing medical tourism overseas. Then when you talk of education, look at ASU now, they are on strike. And the Nigerian Labour Congress, they see ASU as their athlete sister. They are saying if the government do not attend to them, they may down tool too. All these things go a long way, because the world today is a global village. A small boy of 12 years can just gather some information, is that correct or not correct, and just post it online. In the next 10 minutes, the news will spread across the globe. That is it. If we are doing the right thing, it will spread across the globe. If we are not doing the right thing, it will spread across the globe. Just because we are not actually doing the right thing. That is why those people that are going to send the information, they will add pepper and salt to it. That is it. So I still implore government, particularly the president, is the chief custodian of anything called Nigeria and Nigerians. So I implore him to look inward. I cried out on another platform 3 days ago. I said, Mr. President should look inward into his cabinet. Some people are not worthy to be a minister. Some people are not worthy to be an advisor. How? Politically, they are not even strong. They don't have electoral value. Assuming that Mr. President is keeping them for election purpose. They don't have electoral value. They don't have administrative values to add to Mr. President's effort. There is no president in the world that will want governance to collapse on his head. The same thing Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of Nigeria. And I've been saying it. Mr. President is a single person in the presidency. What can a single person do in the presidency? Is he an omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent? No, he cannot be everywhere at every time. He does not know everything. He cannot do everything. He's a president. He has some other advisors, ministers, secretary to the government of the federation. What are the efforts of these people combined with his own effort? So to me, a lot of people need to give way for some other persons to come in. That is it. I don't want to believe that. I want to flagrantly disabuse that. That is nonsensical. There is no government. There is no father for any reason that wants his children to be molested, to be killed. There is no president in his country that will want the citizens. He may not be doing well economically. He may not be doing well in the health sector. But in the area of security, there is no president, there is no government that will be sponsoring. There are a lot of things we don't know. There are some persons, all this bad, this is for political reasons, some people are supporting these terrorists. For religious reasons, some people are supporting and having sympathy with these terrorists. For pecuniary reasons, there are some people that supply them food, there are some people that supply them arms, there are some people that supply them medics. These people too, for economy reasons, they are supporting these people. And some, emotionally, they are supporting them. They have no reason to support them, but emotionally, they don't like them. There are some people that are not really, they don't want Nigeria to be okay. They might be supporting them. But for somebody to say possibly the government, no, I don't believe that. I disbelieve that. And I can argue that to any length. That is it. We have not known the enemies. Recently, I think 2 soldiers were court-martialed, I think, around the Borno State. 2 soldiers were court-martialed and sentenced to death by the military themselves. What was this thing? They were selling arms and ammunition to the terrorists. Is it the president? Is it the government that is sending them to do that? These are bad eggs. A lot of them are still in the system. A lot of them are in the system. They are with the system, but they are selling out information of the military to the terrorists for pecuniary reasons. That is it. What they need to do is to discreetly trace these people, track them, and they will get them. That is it. But I disbelieve it. I will never, even in my wildest dream, I will never subject myself to that belief that government is kind of sponsoring them. It is not possible.
President's amnesty to 70 criminals, and most of them drug barons, and including a lady that killed the husband.
For the first time, that we speak like if I'm defending Mr. President. I'm just a realist. I'm just a pragmatist. I'm not defending Mr. President. There is a presidential committee for prerogative of mercy. That committee is there. The committee is headed by the Attorney General of the Federation, the representative of DSS, the representative of the Nigeria Police, the representative of Ministry of Interior, and others are members of that committee. What is the work of this committee? This committee is to look around. There are some people that have been unjustly prosecuted. There are some people that have been wrongly imprisoned. There are some persons that possibly the offense they committed was not, maybe during prosecution and imprisonment, they are not supposed to spend more than 5 years in prison. But they've even before prosecution, before imprisonment, they have even spent 15 years. So those are the kind of people that they should bring their list, not name one by one. They should make a list and submit it. And that is the reason why the Ministry of Interior, the Nigeria Police, the DSS, the Attorney General of the Federation that has all the records. The Ministry of Interior is controlling the prison. So the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation has all the records of prosecution and imprisonment or whatever. These people, the committee is just to prepare the document and present it to Mr. President. And how do you think, Mr. President, how the councillor within this our ward there, how many people living in this community, this ward that the councillor know? How many people that the king of this community knows? How many people the local government chairman knows? Not to talk of president, 774 local government. How many people? Country of about 230 million. When you put foreigners and others, we are running about 300 million. How many people do you know that Mr. President will know and they will know their criminal record or whatever? There are some persons in this committee that need to profile all these people. Whatever the document they present to Mr. President is the document Mr. President will treat. Having trusted the capable ones. So this time around, I think the blame should go to that committee, not Mr. President. That is it. This is the first time I am doing it out of realism of the highest order. I'm doing this, I'm saying this out of pragmatism of the highest order, not even defending Mr. President. The committee the committee should be called out, and those are the people that need to be punished. To me, the way Nigerians are dilly-dallying about this, who become my next chairman or whatever, is either former APC lawyer, Tinubu's lawyer, Dina Melaye lawyer, it doesn't matter. Does this person imbibe the law of high moral standard? Everything we are talking about, if we see people misbehaving at any capacity, at any level in life, they lack in moral. If people are morally if people are morally standard, morally focused, definitely there is no way that somebody can kind of use them to go and do something reckless. There are some persons in this country today that the entire money in the Central Bank of Nigeria cannot change their conscience. So to me, definitely as a lawyer, I've not had the record that I work with Tinubu or APC, but I know that I think he stood in for Dina Melaye, who is from the same senatorial district with him. So, and a lawyer that stood for Dina Melaye, that is where people should even be thinking that possibly is going to support the opposition. But a lot of professors have come and gone that have disappointed us. Some professors are in prison today for electoral offenses. My own is that they should have looked for somebody that had the cognate experience in the area of electoral matter. Somebody like Mike Igini. Go and Google the name of Mike Igini. I think he's from Edo State or where. He had proved himself. He had been there. And he had proved himself. I think I heard something from him when he was in Akwa-Ibom State. He said, I'm not here to count money. I'm here to count vote. So those are the characters that we have been expecting. But maybe if it's not the choice of Mr. President by any reason, maybe Mr. President has seen something. But let me tell you one thing. If Ojo Amukwitan want to imbibe the spirit of Omoluabi, because I know he's a Yoruba Kogi man, if you want to imbibe the spirit of Omoluabi, the ethos Omoluabi definitely is not somebody that anybody will tell him to do wrong thing. That is it. So let us look at it. But he should know too, or any of the commissioners to know too, that Nigeria today is very, very fragile and there is trust deficit. No Nigeria today that ever trust INEC. So if INEC misbehave in any way, it could trigger serious lawlessness and chaotic atmosphere in this country come 2027. That is my advice. Whoever that is taking appointment now should feel the pulse of Nigerians. The situation is so tense. The elasticity we are talking about is getting to the end of its strength. And at the end of the strength of elasticity, what happened? It break. The situation now, anybody that will manage INEC for 2027 election, if we do not manage INEC well, to the satisfaction, at least 70% satisfaction of Nigerians, such a person is not looking, is just looking for trouble. And what is happening today in Madagascar, what is happening today in Nepal, what has happened in Bangladesh, what has happened in Kenya, could happen in Nigeria. Because Nigerians today have realized that our docility, our simplicity, our gentility have been taken for stupidity by the political class. And everybody want to come out of that. So I wish Uduaghan, I wish him all the success. When we were growing up, as we were traveling, our parents would say, remember the son of whom you are. Uduaghan should remember where he has come from. He should remember that he has written his name on gold on the sand of time. He should not allow anybody, any politician to rubbish him.